In the heart of Dorking, within the quaint neighborhood of Cypress Gardens on Victoria Road, resided Darren Parker, a 49-year-old ground worker whose life was as entwined with the soil and greenery as the roots of the ancient oaks that lined his street. Darren, a man of simple pleasure and hard graft, found himself in the midst of a bureaucratic tangle that threatened the tranquility of his existence. Divorced and fighting for the custody of his children, Darren's home and garden were his sanctuary, a testament to his hard-working, honest, and determined nature. The antagonist of our tale, Hyacinth Weatherby, a building control officer of 50 years, was the embodiment of bureaucratic zeal. With her self-appointed authority and controlling demeanor, she prided herself on maintaining the suburban order of Dorking, often overstepping the bounds of reason. Hyacinth, with her overconfident air, was about to cross paths with Darren in a conflict that would ripple through the community. Act 1. The Hook. Our story begins with Darren receiving an enforcement notice from the council, demanding $1,200 for the trimming of his hedge, which they claimed was obstructing the pavement of Victoria Road. This was a devastating blow to Darren, who was scrimping and saving every penny for his children's custody battle. The stakes could not have been higher, as this unexpected expense threatened to derail his financial planning. Act 2. Escalation. As Darren sought to contest the charge, he found himself entangled in a web of council bureaucracy. Each visit to the council offices brought him face-to-face with Hyacinth Weatherby, who seemed to take a particular interest in making Darren's situation as difficult as possible. Despite Darren's pleas and evidence that his hedge was well within the legal limits, Hyacinth dismissed his claims, citing obscure regulations and insisting on the fine being paid. This relentless authority harassment and unfair treatment wore Darren down, but his struggle only made him more determined to fight back. Act 3. Discovery. In a twist of fate, Darren's daily route took him past the council's own properties, where he made a startling discovery. The council's garden, hidden away behind the municipal building, was in a state of neglect, with overgrown hedges far exceeding the limits imposed on Darren. Armed with his smartphone, Darren documented the evidence, capturing the hypocrisy of the council's demands. This crucial evidence became Darren's legal loophole and advantage. Act 4. Confrontation. The public showdown took place at the next parish council meeting, attended by the planning committee, local residents, and a defiant Hyacinth Weatherby. Darren, with the support of his neighbors, presented his evidence, showcasing the overgrown state of the council's own garden. The room fell silent as the images were displayed. The truth laid bare for all to see. Hyacinth's face turned as red as the roses in her neglected garden, her overconfidence crumbling under the weight of undeniable evidence. Act 5. Resolution. The resolution was swift and satisfying. The planning committee, faced with the irrefutable hypocrisy of their enforcement notice, revoked the $1,200 charge against Darren. Justice was served, and Hyacinth Weatherby faced consequences for her actions, being put on leave pending an investigation into her conduct. Darren's reputation within the community soared, not only for standing up to the council, but for doing so with integrity and determination. The story of Darren Parker's triumph against the council's unjust demands resonated throughout Dorking, a tale of one man's fight for fairness against the odds. It was a reminder that even in the face of bureaucratic oppression, the honest, hard-working spirit of individuals like Darren could prevail. In the end, Darren's garden remained untouched, a symbol of his resilience and the community's newfound respect for him. His victory was not just for him, but for every resident who had ever felt the heavy hand of council overreach. In Cypress Gardens, Darren's hedge stood a little taller, a testament to the enduring British values of fair play and determination in the face of adversity.